Gosport's ties with the Royal Marines go back over 150 years and are still well remembered today in the two great Gosport buildings they helped create, Forton Barracks and the War Memorial Hospital. The hospital was built as a memorial to the 68 Forton-based officers and 1,703 other ranks killed during the First World War. The foundation stone was laid by Earl Haig in 1921 and blessed by Canon Guy Landon, whose memorial is the clock still in use today at the top of the building. 2 years later, the hospital, described by the Evening News as that stately pile in Bury Road, in the presence of a great concourse of people, representative of all classes and creeds, was opened by Major General Sir John Davidson on the 28th of April 1923. The Forton Reds, as the Royal Marines were known, also paid for its construction, with every serving man having a day's pay deducted to fund the project. And today Gosport is repaying that long association by bestowing its highest award, the Freedom of the Borough, on the Royal Marines. But the hospital has one other important role, that of War Memorial and venue for the town's annual Remembrance Day ceremony. And it is here that our day of celebration begins, with the arrival of Lieutenant General Sir Robert Fulton KBE and Graham Burgess, Mayor of Gosport, along with Lucy Docherty, Chair of the Fareham and Gosport Primary Care Trust, to lay their poppy wreaths as a mark of respect to the servicemen who gave their lives in every conflict since the First World War. The General then visits the complex corridors to view interpretation boards showing the history of the Marines' involvement in the hospital's development.
Much of the organisation today to his wife, who's working with us at the moment. It's pure coincidence that the story of the Royal Marines Light Infantry had not been told anywhere. And Mark, in partnership with the council in 1998, got these boards here for the 75th anniversary. So this hospital has a very busy future, I think it's fair to say. And we believe it to be the largest community hospital in the country. And there's no doubt the partnership was one of the first ever for a major project in Gosport. And in fact, I don't think there's been one since.
Partnership
between the Ministry of Defence or a service establishment to deliver it. the Royal Marines, basically, the town had the idea of they needed a hospital and wanted to raise money for it, but the Marines at the same time needed a war memorial because there was 1,771 of them killed in the First World War who had served at Gosport in these buildings.
Of whom my uncle was one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's a pity that all the barracks have virtually gone now. When they demolished them in the 60s, the front facade is still there with the gatehouse, etc.
They're very good.
And it's nice when we have these lasting memorials that are there for forever.
They're also wonderful storyboards for children to see as they walk through the hospital and they're visiting relatives, they can see something of the history of the town.
The poignant
Let there be light.
He never came here because he was in Portsmouth Battalion.
Oh, right.
And fell at Gallipoli as an 18-year-old. He went straight there. Interesting.
118 beds, yes.
So when was the renovation done?
the salary that the service ran with.
So that it's going to be open, we hope, in 75 years' time. Well, not quite now, but
From, when is it, 2017?
yes, 19, yeah, so...
Yes.
It was Brian Carter who was the motivation for raising the profile of the Royal Marines here again. He wrote an article in the Globe and Laurel criticising the Royal Marines and Gosport Council for not having a Royal Marine here on Remembrance Sunday. And since then, I think every year we've had Josh McCabe
Yes.
here, and he's coming again this year. So,
Good.
and that will continue, of course. It was an oversight,
Yeah.
but after the Second World War, it became a general war memorial, and we really did have Royal Marines here from time to time because we had the two bands. We had the Phonak Band at Davis and the Detachment and a band at St Vincent.
St Vincent College, formerly Forton Barracks, was, from 1848, home to the Royal Marines. In 1862, a name change to St Vincent Barracks saw the introduction of the Royal Marine Light Infantry Division, known as the Forton Reds because of their scarlet tunics. They remained at St Vincent until August 1923, when amalgamation with the Royal Marine Artillery saw them leave for Eastney Barracks. St Vincent closed in 1967, and the barracks were demolished, only to open 20 years later as a lively sixth form college, who today are playing host to the 115 Royal Marine personnel from 40 Commando, who will be on parade for the receipt of their casket and scroll from the Mayor of Gosport, Councillor Graham Burgess. Led by the Portsmouth Band of Her Majesty's Royal Marines, they will execute their right as freemen to freedom of entry with swords drawn, bayonets fixed, drums beating, bands playing, and colours flying. The freedom of the borough is not given lightly. In fact, it is the highest honour the council can bestow on any person, group or organisation. So today will be a day to remember, both for the Marines and the citizens of Gosport, awarded with a deep respect and admiration to the Royal Marines, a service organisation that has long associations with the town and who have served us well over the years.
Take it to the right of those balls.
The guard will advance! Left! Turn! Guard! Shoulder! Ups! Guard! By the center!